Hey, good evening, everybody out there in Chester County, Coatesville, and on my Facebook page. Saturday night special coming to you live on City Town Talk with a very special guest this evening. So I'm just so happy. This is a monumental moment that we're getting ready to that's getting ready to happen. So first, I want to do without further ado, I want to bring out our guest, Pastor Montez O. Jones, ladies and gentlemen. And there he is in all his radiant glory. We have Pastor Montez O. Jones with the perfect background since he's going to be this person. That's John Lewis. But look, before we get into all that, I want to get all my other little stuff out, which is not much, but what's happening on January the 15th for MLK Day, we are going to do a reenactment of the march from Selma to Montgomery, and we're going to really place a big emphasis on the gathering at Edmund Pettus Bridge and all those heroes that were on that bridge. Sharon, Renee, Amos, top of the evening. How are you? Oh, it was paired too. Pastor Jones, you did that, didn't you? I mean, a lot of my guests don't do that, which makes it, which extends it even more when my guests pair it. But I appreciate it, and maybe you can tell me how you did it so I can share with our other future guests. But so what we have is we're having. Oh, look, we got another Kiana Treadwell, man. Pastor Jones, you that boy, man. Hey, so like, check this out. So we're going to spotlight the heroes that were there at Edmund Pettus Bridge. They were all heroes, but some of the leaders. So what we have come up with, we have pastors that will be replicating some of those heroes, and the very first person inaugural of this is none other than Pastor Montez O. Jones. And once again, I want to say good evening. How are you doing, sir?
I am just excited, Brother Fonz, to be here with you, and I want to thank you for this great invitation to participate in this gathering that will be historical in the great city of Coatesville, Pennsylvania.
My. I couldn't have said it any better myself. Now, Pastor Jones, what's your church affiliation? What's the name of your church, your ministry?
Judah Ministries, Church of God in Christ.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first. Now, where is Judah Ministries located?
840 East Chestnut Street, right here in the great city of Coatesville.
That's right. We might as well get some advertisement in here while we got this airtime. Come on, it is free. Taj Brown, man, it is good to see you, Taj. I don't know if you've been sleeping under a rock, but a great event is being scheduled for January the 15th, MLK Day. Oh, here go Donald Rowland talking about, hey, cousin. Oh, Lord.
That's my cousin.
Y'all all cousins. What are you talking about? Mary, Kyle, just everybody. And it's all good. I love it. Donna, thanks for tuning in. Man, we got a dynamic personality. Well, I don't have to tell you, it's your cousin. So look, now, Pastor Jones, talk to me. John Lewis, what do you know about this guy? Help enlighten us, because he's one of the main people that was at that march. Do you know, or is there anything you'd like to share about him?
Brother Fonz, that is a loaded question. To say, is there anything that I want to share about Representative Lewis? But I think the heartbeat of his life, of course, was for advocacy, for equality, especially towards the end of his life with the Voting Rights Act. And when I think about where we are in 2024, I think we have so much more to do in terms of this upcoming election. He lived and died for the cause of voting rights. All of his advocacy, his marching, his sit-ins, it all revolved around one central theme, and that was voting and voting rights. And so I would say, in a nutshell, that was his calling, and he lived and died serving that cause.
That's right. Now, wasn't he the gentleman that said to get into good trouble?
Get into good trouble. Yes, yes, yes. Get in good trouble, necessary trouble. Help redeem the soul of America.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow, wow.
yeah.
So now, so on that day, we're going to be locking arms and marching. And how do you think that's going to make you feel reenacting such a historical moment?
Brother Fonz, when I think about it as a local councilman in the city of Coatesville, John Lewis served as a councilman in Atlanta for a long time from 1982 until 1986. Before he went on to the U.S. House of Representatives, he was a local councilman. And I tell you, when I was approached about serving as an elected official, I had already felt the call of God to do this work and to serve in the role of a council person in South Coatesville. But I was running from that work because I felt like I don't need anything else on my plate. And I was trying to seclude in a way from some personal things that I had gone through. And I went to get something done to my car. And the mayor of South Coatesville was there getting some work done to his car. So when I picked up my car, he said, "You think you can give me a ride home? You're talking about a setup." And I said, "Sure, Mayor, I'll give you a ride home." And as we were taking that ride home, he began to say, as a elder statesman in our community, how much young men of the African American experience needed to get involved in the borough and to help lift the borough and to bring us closer into this age and in the this era, if you will. There were a lot of seniors that had served for a long time, and he said, "We need some young blood, and you're the right man for the job." And then I guess he talked to some of the others, the elders in our community, and they began to knock on my door and meet me at work. And I mean, they were trapping me, telling me, "Your grandmother, the late, you knew my grandmother, Mother Pendleton,
Yes.
Your grandmother would want you. Don't." And I said, "Man, don't do that. Don't bring her up." Because,
A weak spot. That was your weak spot, wasn't it?
yeah, don't bring her up because that's going to make me run. But I did run, and I'm glad that I did because I am from South Coatesville. I'm third generation resident of the borough. My family owns a lot of property and land here, and our story began here in South Coatesville. So when I look at John Lewis, 20 years old when he began his advocacy and he began his march and protesting and his work, I said, I'm sort of aligning. No, I'm not 20 years old, and I wasn't 20 when I started. I was past that, but still young. And I also thought about, you remember Jeremiah in the scriptures when the Lord called him and he had all of the excuses in the world as to why he could not prophesy and why he could not do the work that he was called to do. And one of the things that he told God was, "I'm too young." Jeremiah told God that I am too young. And the Lord said, "Do not say I am too young. Do not say that, for all that I'm going to send you to, they're going to receive you. And whatever I tell you to speak, when you speak it, it will be powerful and effective. So you have to go and you have to honor the call on your life." In essence, what the Lord was telling Jeremiah. And Paul, the apostle Paul, told Timothy the same thing. When Timothy said, "I'm too young to preach," Paul said, no, do not say that. Let no one despise the youth. So go and make full proof of your ministry and your assignment. So that's what I've been doing. And it's been a challenge.
Man, look, I'm about ready to give you a tithe and an offering after that one. Man, see, I like the way you segued right into that, man, because that is so true, man. Our youth, we need their vigor, we need their ideas, we need their everything, man. So as Donna Rowland, your cousin said, we need to develop young leaders, and that's so true. And God's going to bless us. As a matter of fact, He's blessing us now. We may not have as much as we want, but He's giving us what we need for this perfect time. Oh, there's a young lady named Felicia Jones that's on here. I wonder who that could possibly be.
I think I know her.
Felicia, it is good to see you. And I made as an aside, I love the way, although Pastor Jones is your son, you always respect him as your pastor, man. You know what I mean? You don't never take no shortcuts, and I mean, I'm sure you do, but as you're saying right here, you didn't say my son, you said my pastor. That's a lot of respect for a mother to humble herself in such a sense that she can call her sibling, that's not sibling, that's the wrong word, son, her pastor. I love it when I hear you say that there, Sister Jones. So I just wanted to say that. But yeah, look, now you look like you did your homework. You got any other good stuff about John Lewis? Or we can save it for that evening, because during that day, I said evening, I meant that day. During that day, we're going to march from First Avenue, which is the Flats, to Fifth Avenue. And also there are going to be stops along the way. I'm not in the total planning process, but I do know this. At CYWA, they're going to have collard greens and fried chicken for everybody. That's marching. I know that part. So it's not just going to be a day. We're going to actually take our advocacy and put it and give it shoe leather. You know what I mean? Just like our ministry, we need to give it shoe leather. You know what I mean? You got to get up out them pews and put them shoes on, start marching, start walking, man, towards your ministry, to whoever you want to heal, help, whatever. But and that evening, or not that evening, let me not talk so fast.
Right.
During the course of that day, we will also be in service at the Atkinson Center.
Yes.
We are putting together care packages for homeless veterans.
That's right.
Now, last year, over 2,000 packages was gathered together, donated, and delivered.
Right.
This is so important. Also that day, there will be an open house celebration of work that's being done on a home down there on Merchant Street, if my memory serves me right.
That's right.
43 Merchant Street.
Yeah.
And it's to provide housing for 3 homeless men. It's going to be a great day.
Yeah.
It's going to be not about us day, but it's going to be about somebody else's day. We're going to reach out to help others. You know what I mean? And plus, when you help others, it's like helping yourself, man. It's like reciprocal. So sometimes I feel selfish helping people. You need to stop helping so many people. You know it's going to help you. Stop it. But I'm not going to do it. Hey, Pastor Jones, look, man, I told you it wasn't going to be long, man, but I'm glad you gave some extra stuff in there. Now, look, for those of you this is going to be cross-denominational and across the city. Now, here are some of the people that's going to be portrayed and who's going to be portraying them. We have Pastor Scott Feathers from Gateway. No, he's portraying Scott Feathers. His name is Jonathan Daniels.
That's my friend and he's my good friend, Fonz.
Yeah. Well, he's portraying, and it's funny now, the white clergy who are going to be represented, all of them died at the end of the march.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because Ku Klux Klan wrote up on them, how dare you march with the African Americans and all that. They all gave their life for this march. But anyway, I'll let them tell you a story. So Pastor Jonathan Daniels from Gateway. Pastor Dan Williams will be portraying Jose Williams. Pastor Harris will be MLK. We got a light-skinned MLK. Okay. We got John Lewis. We already got him. C.T. Vivian will be Pastor Blackwell from Seventh-day Adventist.
Yeah.
Andrew Young will be Pastor Smith from Second Baptist. Doctor, it's not doctor, he was Reverend. Reverend Ralph Abernathy will be portrayed by Imam Muhammad from the Merchant Street Mosque. That's some good stuff. Bayard Rustin, Pastor Miller from Hutchinson Memorial, James Orange, Pastor Eric, James Foreman, Pastor Smith from New Life, Josh Krantz will be James Reed. There's a story there too. We'll have Coretta Scott King will be Pastor Harris' mother. Sheehan Webb will be Sister Ellen Williams from New Life, who was the youngest female participant. Yeah. Diane Nash from Nonviolent National Committee at Fisk University. Amelia Boynton, who who photographed Bloody Sunday. She photographed Bloody Sunday. And one of the best characters that I like, her name is Annie Lee Cooper. For those of you who don't know, Annie Lee Cooper, when she finally got an opportunity to vote, she punched Sheriff Clark upside the head and got locked up. She held that for I don't know how long, but when she finally got to Montgomery, she said, "Oops, upside the head." I just love her personality and everything. These are the heroes that's going to be represented on that day. Now, look, first of all you viewers, I want you to hit the share button. Don't be selfish. Treat this like a rumor and tell everybody.
Tell everybody.
Tell everybody. Now, we also want you to come out that morning. We're leaving at 8:30 a.m. at the flats. And we're going to march. We wanted to look like Pettis Bridge.
Yeah.
Nobody playing no 40, 50 people and all that kind of stuff. Let's come out together, lock arms, and march in honor of those who've gone on before. I'm making this stuff up now. Honor those who have gone on before. Let's march on up to Fifth Avenue with love, respect, and everything. Get ready to vote and all that stuff. And then let's go into CYWA and get some chicken. But no. There's going to be speakers inside of New Life. Somebody's going to do a speech in the sanctuary. There's going to be an introduction to the Freedom Riders at CYWA. Soul Food Lunch will be at CYWA. And the Bayard Rustin documentary will be showed at CYWA for those of you who didn't see it on Netflix, which I did. Yeah. Wendy Whittaker said she'll be there. Wendy, I know you will, because Wendy, you're too much. So
bring your tambourine, Sister Whittaker. Bring your tambourine.
All right, you heard that? You heard that, Sister Wendy? Bring it. Oh, she's got a different kind of spirit too, don't she?
I'm telling you,
man. We love her. We love her in MCDC. I know that, man. She's a one-woman band. Hey, man, look, God bless you. This is really good. Now, is there anything you would like to share about anything? It don't even have to be about John Lewis, but all my guests, I always give them time to say something that could be informational, educational, or inspirational. So the floor is yours.
So, Fawn, just two other things that I wanted to highlight. I think about, one other thing I wanted to highlight about John Lewis was he was the youngest to give a speech at the March on Washington. Oh, yeah, and I brought that up just again to put emphasis on the power of youth and youthful voices and youthful influence. And I'm saying that because I pray that everybody that will watch this video or this presentation will bring some young people. Our young people are so disconnected from the stories of the past and the experiences of the forerunners and the founding fathers, if you will, of the civil rights movement. So they need to hear these stories up front and hear the nitty gritty and the gory stuff. They need to hear what we as a people have already accomplished. And if we just pick up the baton, we don't have to start over. We just need some young people to connect with the work, and we can really move forward as a people. And the other thing that I wanted to say, when you mentioned Hosea Williams, it was funny. I was visiting a friend who was from Coatesville. Her name was Anita Hills, but she's since passed. But I just happened to be in Atlanta visiting her, and she lived directly around the corner from the Ebenezer Church in Atlanta, where Dr. King's family served. And Hosea Williams' funeral was taking place the morning I was visiting her. I was walking to the store to get some eggs to come back and make breakfast. And I saw all of the news trucks and all these people. And I said, "What's going on?" And they looked at me like, "You don't know?" But I was just happened to be coming around the corner, and Hosea Williams' funeral was taking place. And I went on in and sat down.
Oh, I know you did. That is all right. Great story. Great story.
Yeah.
Look, I'm telling you, you know what? For this very first one, this is going to be a template and a model for how we carry this, because I want all of the personalities, all of the heroes I want us to do this all the way up until January the 15th. Man, I want to say thank you, first of all, because I know you're busy and you didn't give me no, you told me your itinerary, you got this, but I can get this done at this time, man. And I am so grateful that you did it. I was a little nervous because I didn't know if you knew how to get on or whether, you know what I mean? But true to your word, man, I appreciate you, man. I feel like it's an honor, man. And I'm like I just said, I'm gonna treat it like a rumor. I'm sharing this with everybody. I don't even care.
Tell your mama and them.
You heard it first. Hey man, look, thank you once again, man. Look out there, all my viewers, if nobody told you that they love you today, man. I love you. I appreciate your viewership. I want y'all to stay in touch with what this is going to do because we're going to roll this thing out to January the 15th. I want the whole city there. We're going to block the street and walk arm in arm. I don't know what else because that's above my pay grade, but I will be there. So I want to say thank you. Good night to everybody. Coatesville and South Coatesville is rising. God bless you. Hey, Kim Pollard, I want to thank you for tuning in. Kim, if you didn't catch it, you know I'm going to be playing this thing over and over and over again. So you'll get to see it. God bless everybody. I want to see if I missed anybody. I don't think I did. So, we did share Renee Amos. So everybody, I want you to have a great night. Pastor Jones, take care. God bless you, man. I'm going to play my theme song, and we're going to be out. God bless, man. All right.